What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be diving into one of my favorite spots in Arizona. I'm going to be doing a top 10 places to visit and hikes to do in Sedona. This is a beautiful red rock scenic area with tons of hiking, tons of beautiful rock formations, awesome photography opportunities, and tons of history and cool little things to do for a visit. So let's dive right in. This is the top 10 places in Sedona, Arizona. First and foremost is going to be Cathedral Rock Trail, and this is a 1.2 mile hike with 740 feet of elevation gain. This is one of the extremely classic things to do in Sedona. It is one of the coolest trails, one of the most popular trails, and it is also really fun. There's some scrambling and just this beautiful slab rock that you can climb up to the top viewpoint. You can go on either side. It is an incredible sunrise and sunset spot. Definitely bring your cameras for this one. There is a little bit of elevation gain, but it is for the most part family friendly, and it is just a breathtaking spot that everyone visiting Sedona should check out. And next up is going to be Devil's Bridge, which is another classic Sedona hike. This one's a little bit longer. It's going to be 3.9 miles round trip, but only 520 feet of elevation gain. This spot is awesome, but I definitely urge you to get there very, very early because the crowds are unbelievable. We went for sunrise and we actually started in the dark, and I'm glad we did because by the time we got back, it was only like 9 a.m. and there was lines of cars for like 2 miles down the road. It was unbelievable, so definitely get there early, but this is an awesome rock formation to check out. Number 3 is going to be Slide Rock State Park, and this is in Oak Creek Canyon, just 7 miles north of Sedona, and there's some awesome natural water slides from the slippery beds, and it is just a fun spot to hang out, especially on those hot summer days. Pretty much all times of the year, there's going to be a $20 entrance fee per vehicle for 1 to 4 adults. For the winter months, it's going to be $10, but there's not much reason to go in the winter because you won't be able to swim. It'd be too cold for that. And the hours for this are typically around 8 a.m. to 5 to 7 p.m. depending on the time of year. This place is super fun. Next up is going to be number 4, which is Sedona Caves. And this is actually more or less a hidden hike. It's only a half a mile. It's right on the side of the road in Sedona, 55 feet of elevation gain. And I don't think anyone knows about it. Bree and I had this place completely to ourselves, and the parking lot for this had no signs. There was only enough room for 3 cars to park. Like, I couldn't believe it, but this place was so cool, awesome for photos and exploring and just hanging out and watching the sunset. Definitely one of the underrated spots you gotta check out. Next up is Tlaquepaque Arts and Shopping Village, and this is pretty much an arts and crafts village. I was personally against it in the beginning, and Bree convinced me to go because I'm not a big shopper, but honestly, this place was such a vibe. The architecture was beautiful, all the shops were super cool, there was live music, there was so much greenery and flowers that were beautiful. Tons of great stuff for souvenirs. Most of the shops are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is in South Sedona and definitely a cool spot to check out for an afternoon and to grab some food. Alright, next up, number 6 is Three Sisters, and this one is tough to explain because my buddy Hayden took us there, and this was definitely like one of those locals only hike. The trailhead was at Birthing Caves, and our only sense of direction was look for the rock that looks like an ice cream cone, and we ended up bushwhacking for hours. But nonetheless, if you go to the Birthing Caves trailhead and you just hike about 2 miles north of the trailhead, you're going to be greeted with unbelievable views in every single direction. A little bit similar to Cathedral Rock, but way more off the beaten path, and you won't run into any people, which is super awesome. Just kind of get out there and enjoy all of the nature and beautiful views it has to offer to yourself. Next up is going to be the Birthing Cave. This is probably the most popular cave in Sedona. 2 miles round trip with 290 feet of elevation gain. Super easy hike. It's called the Birthing Cave because of what it looks like. Just gonna leave that at that. but this is an awesome spot for sunset. Be careful though when you're climbing up into the cave, because so many people visit it. The rock is slippery to begin with, and because of everyone else climbing it, it is extra slippery. So just be careful at this spot. Definitely would be easy to fall here, but it is beautiful and it just kind of frames an awesome view of Sedona. Number 8 is going to be Oak Creek Canyon Scenic Drive. There's going to be 2 options to get to and from Flagstaff. One of them is the highway route that avoids Sedona and the canyon, and the other is Oak Creek Canyon Scenic Drive. And if you don't have time to actually enjoy Sedona, hike in Sedona, and go shopping, this is definitely what you want to do. This is a 19.9 mile drive, and it goes through the entire canyons of Sedona. Every single mile is just absolutely breathtaking, and it's the perfect thing to do if you're on a tight schedule, just to do this scenic drive. Number 9 is going to be Montezuma Castle National Monument. This is about 30 to 45 minutes away from Sedona, but if you're visiting Sedona, it is practically right there. And this is a super cool spot strictly for the history. You can see these amazing little ruins built into the side of the mountain. And this just completely is dedicated to preserving Native American culture and kind of how life was like way back when in this area. So it is a very cool spot to check out. And it is just $10 per adult for a 7-day pass, or your interagency national park pass also works here. Last but not least is going to be Chapel of the Holy Cross. This is one of the most beautiful and creative pieces of architecture I have ever seen. I, for one, am not too religious, but this is just unbelievable. It's probably the coolest church I've ever seen in my life. It is built directly into the mountain of the Red Rock, Sedona, which is just so incredible. You know, you can drive up, park, you can go inside, you can see it from the bottom. And it's cool because kind of anywhere in Sedona you can see the chapel. It's something that's just very unique to Sedona, which I think is awesome. But anyways guys, that is going to wrap up my top 10 for Sedona. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, please like and subscribe for more. It really helps me out. And I hope to see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.